Andy, first and foremost, congratulations on a big 3 points. What were your thoughts on the game as a whole today?
I thought that the first half we played some very, very good football. Obviously Jayden Charles' free kick that sets us away. I mean, the quality, the sort of strike, the dip and everything he got on that was unreal, but he does that in training. He strikes the ball really, really well. But I thought shape-wise, our attacking sort of organisation with the ball was good in terms of the patterns, or where we knew that we could hurt them because of their shape. And our defensive organisation was good in terms of when we had the ball, we was organised it behind it so we weren't open in transition. Because we knew Hitchin was sort of quick on the break with Jake Hutchinson and Rio De Silva. They've been scoring some goals between them as the two forward line and doing really well. So to go from training what we did in the week to go to the game and then carry out the plan, I was really, really impressed. Some of the performances as well, in terms of when I looked at the defence, the decisions that we made with the ball. Gunders and Maka won header after header. I thought Fordy's quality on the ball and some of his run for the second goal was really good. I could go for the team. I mean, Ozzy was ice cool in sort of in the box. We talk about fire in the belly for the game, but ice in the head, and he's got the ice in the head and calmness. And behind him, Kane Noble, sort of the security. So I was really impressed with a lot of the lads. They're running from the wingers, the 1v1s, and Nilo up front. In terms of his hold-up play and his desire, and that application was really, really good in the first half. In the second half, I think Breeds didn't really have much to do. We've managed the game really well, and we've been tactically good.
Talking about Nilo, he's been on the bench for a few weeks. He still scored, made impacts when he's come on. Yep. What was the deciding factor in actually starting him today?
Well, to be fair, I mean, Luke Bembo, for example, hasn't scored as much as we like. He's had some chances, but hey, Luke's done really well for the team. So he's held the ball up really well. He's ran, he's chased things down, he's created problems, and he's linked up the game. And Nilo obviously he's a goal threat. So we sort of went for a patch where them two were sort of, Bembo's been playing, Nilo's been playing on the wing, and it's been working. And for me, it's just that Bembo hasn't played for a long time. In terms of, he played 9 games in a row, started 9, and he hasn't played for 18 months or so properly. So we've got to manage him and make sure he don't burn out. So with Luke, it was more of that he was just a little bit jaded. And with Nilo starting today, last week Ozzy started up front because tactically we thought that was right for that game. We knew what Ozzy would bring. And today sort of Clem's injured, so it's a natural one for Ozzy to go back in there. Fordy did really well at right back the week before. And the team then picked itself, and Nilo in training coming this week, and I've seen a hunger and a desire from him. So the lads have stayed till 9:45 and 10 o'clock and got in at 6:30. So the work rate on the training ground's been really important. But for me, it was Nilo's training application on Tuesday, Thursday.
Talking about the desire that the team has been showing, training, things like that. Do you feel like you have a bit of a selection dilemma at the moment? I mean, you've got players like Cameron McWilliams, Damien McCrory, who have been brilliant so far this season, that aren't even in the team at the moment. Do you enjoy that as a manager, having that sort of dilemma of who to pick because everyone's performing so well?
You know what? The biggest dilemma is Aaron Ford when we play him at right back, because he don't like to play right back, but Aaron's a top draw right back, but he's a top draw centre mid. So obviously Cam's been suspended. He was suspended. It was his last game suspension. Unfortunately for something that he didn't do for our club or something that happened. So he's had that suspension, but it's a good problem to have. And the thing is that the lads are looking around at the bench now, and as management, we've got that problem. But when they look around, they think, wait a minute here, I've got to train really well now, or I've got to put a performance in, because if I don't, the team will pick itself in terms of. And what I will say is, Greg Casaboni's been on the bench for a couple of games. He come in training and he trained extremely hard. And the lads who started on the wing last week, Revon James and Ahmed, did really well. One got an assist, one got a goal. So it's really good to look on your bench and say, we can change the game by putting someone on. And that's really, Luke Shearer's been doing really well in training. Stephen Bijan didn't get on today. So for me, it's a good dilemma to have. But what I will say is, when lads start and other lads don't, they G him up. They're giving him, there's that togetherness within the group, and that's really important.
Going back on focusing on the game, Hitchin 3rd in the table for form coming into the game today. Did you expect maybe a little bit more from their performance, especially in the first half?
Hitchin are 3rd in the table in the last 5, and they're actually 6th in the table in the last 10, because I looked at the last 10 with us, and we're, I think, 4th in the table in the last 10. So I knew that they was on a run. And when I seen some of their games, for me what it was is our tactical preparation. So the way we set up in terms of what we did in training, how we knew sort of Hitchin we're going to play. And they've played 10 games with a 3-5-2. They've won 4, drawn 4, lost 2 in their last 10 before today. And for them to change their shape after 30 odd minutes shows what the lads do. And for me, it's the lads, the buy-in from the lads, what they're doing, and not only that, the application, what the lads are showing on the pitch in terms of the graft and the work rate. So they're coming into training, they're buying into sort of the game plan, if you like. For me, it's about our lads in there. Our lads care about the football club. They care about the club staying up in this league. Obviously, we haven't done that yet, so we've still got that objective to do, and we've got one game next week, which is a tough game. So we haven't done anything yet, but the lads are buying in, they're grafting. To stay on the training ground and do extras till 20 to 10 o'clock after you're getting at 6:30 shows what a good group of people they are, and how they're prepared to fight for the football club and fight for each other and their families. And that's what we said before the game, and telling them how good they was as footballers, because they are, and the effort they're putting in. And if you put the work in, you get the rewards, and that's what they're doing on the training ground. So it's credit for all the players in there.
And just finally, you've already touched on survival is not secure yet.
That's right.
But how big is the 3 points today in terms of getting to that goal and staying up in the league?
All we can do, as I said to the lads, is that some teams had games on us, and all we can do is control what we control in terms of our games. So we have to take a game at a time. We knew that Hitchin sort of, if they won today, they'd be 6 points clear. And I listened to Mark Burkett, his interview, he said that, we can go to Nuneaton and win the game and they can be 6 points clear. That's what he said, and we'll probably be safe. So that gave us some, if you like, that gave us some fire in our bellies. So the 3 points are big, but it's one game, 3 points. And what I've noticed is the teams down there, Biggleswade went on where they got, I think it's 8 points in 5 games. Hitchin have done it themselves where the last 5 they won 3, drawn 2 before today, 11 points in 5 games. So the teams, Bromsgrove won again today, so the teams are grafting down there. So nothing's done yet, it's just one game at a time, and all we can do is control our one game, our next game, and then see where we're at after each game. But it's obviously a big 3 points for us today. And what we'll do is we'll prepare properly this week, and we'll focus on the next game in hand.
Yeah. Well, once again, congratulations, big 3 points today.
Appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Cheers.